did you?
I'm sorry.
Are they dead?
Yeah, I sense further... Oh, girl. We made it as painless as possible.
That is a salve. Thank you. All of you.
You're
The
welcome.
grief you're feeling now, it doesn't go away, but you learn to live with it. Eventually, you befriend it. Trust me.
Let's go, Nameo. We need to be with them now.
They'll be alright.
I hope so.
Eventually.
Level 14 abilities. Okay, so I hear shanties. I do. I hear shanties, and I enjoy that. What do I have here? Yeah. So we got this. So, okay, we can't do that until player level 15. This... I never do power attacks. I'm like the worst power attacker. This. Yeah. Done. I should have upgraded. I'm going to upgrade missiles too at some point. Wait. I got character upgrade. Okay. Let's do... Do I want more stamina? Or do I want more range? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Action speed. Good for mobility. All right, so increase your attack speed as well as your action speed. Consumable use parkour. Okay. Constitution or 6% damage. I don't know, honestly. I think I'm good here for a bit. I really appreciate how they're telling you I have 9 intellect and you're getting +7 base, +2 Queen's Burden. Like, you're seeing where some of the extra stuff is coming from. I hate it when, like, other things will add to your stats, but you have no idea where the stats are coming from. So this is actually really nicely laid out. I super appreciate that. I'm actually thinking about this, but also this. Let's, oh no. Or, you know what? I'm like, not die, well, we don't die too easy, but let's just, I tend to lean towards health. Do companions have level up? No. I tend to lean towards health. I always find myself wanting to stay
Good
alive.
thing they burnt that shack down.
So
Mushrooms growing up the walls.
if, you know, a little bit of health is what does that, then I'm willing to spend the points on it. Girl,
An entire settlement in flames?
I'm here.
Oh, gods. And Adiran.
What?
What is it this time?
Hi.
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why she's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you.
Oh my god. Why, like, I get it, but the hostility, that was Ludwig, not me. Don't confuse me with that murderous zealot.
No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timoti, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know, if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill her myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir.
The letter. Inquisitor Ludwig has a message for you. What do I want to do? Inquisitor Ludwig has a message for you. Don't give the letter. I feel like you should know.
To Head Sharpshooter, First Class of Shatterscarp, Tamerti Kaiwa III. Ludwig wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer the Steel Garrote's wrath. Just like Fior Messiverno. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender.
They belong to the godless. If you want to end the plague, I need to enter them before Lunween does. Why is that?
The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp.
What?
Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Oh, my kind of gal. No, is there anyone that doesn't what doing all the way out here in the living land? The ruins might hold something terribly important.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves.
Oh, agreed.
The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Cragholt. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwig wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage.
I need in those ruins. I'm so sorry. This is an appalling situation.
Appalling is one way of describing it. I'd personally call it horrifying. In case you ever feel like an adventure, here's how to find Ringrim. Head east of here, go past the Pargrunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatsley, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerty. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck.
Thanks. I'll promise to keep an eye on her. I'll keep her safe.
Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing.
Yeah.
Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
Okay.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me.
You're welcome.
I've just the fragrance for such an occasion.
Fragrance?
I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an Archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yahtzee. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
I agree. You want to talk?
Thank you for returning.
Of course.
I wish I could say I didn't actually need your help, but I do. Some young idiot thirdborners decided they'd form their own militia to protect the region because of course they would.
Oh no.
And now, predictably, they're missing.
Okay. Yeah, you want me to find them?
That'd be correct. Idiots decided they'd train themselves by taking on the Zarups out in the Deadfall Highlands. They haven't come back. Figure out what happened, report back, and I'll scrounge up some change for you.
Okay. Don't worry, I got it. I'll go look for them. Everybody wants to chat back at camp. Good. Good. Customs logbook. I don't really need that, but I will take this. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of quests to pick up while we're here, which is great. I love a good, oh my god, chicken. Good set of quests. Now, no. Okay. Whoops. This. There we go. Now you... Wait, Edo? Oh, no. Never mind. This. Oh, we'll take that. Now, was it you over here
You
that
there.
one talked to me?
Hello, friend. Has anyone mentioned you look especially fungal today?
Please don't ever
really,
say that
it's
again.
radiant. I've got a bit of a personal matter, and I'd appreciate some help.
You just told me I looked particularly fungal today, and you want me to help? Why not help from... no, do you think... what's wrong?
A kind and helpful soul comes to my aid. Long story short, my friend, I ordered some goods, something I'd rather stay private. Embarrassing, you know. So, I'm quite desperate for a friendly and discreet courier.
I'm sorry. If it's so embarrassing, why not go get the package yourself?
I can't leave my shop. What if there's a tsunami, or particularly rowdy children? No, you should go, not me. You'll probably be fine.
If that excuse were any thinner, you could tie your shoe with it.
My supplier has sequestered himself somewhere with my package. To find him, I'd have to follow the path. They communicate through graffiti, if you can believe it. I've not been able to find any of it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck.
The way you're talking makes it sound like I'm picking up something illicit.
What? No, that's crazy. You're so crazy. We certainly don't need to tell Hajime about our crazy ideas either.
Who's that?
Oh, you've yet to meet our local law enforcement? Then he's definitely no one. Be sure to immediately leave the marketplace and ignore him entirely. Well, looks like you best be off. Be sure to get there and back quick as you can. I'll be here waiting.
Okay.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his completely legal package that you said you'd pick up.
You know, the more that you use the word legal for this illegal package, the more I think that it is, in fact, an illegal package.
Another day, another drunkard.
I'm not a drunkard, but thank you. Hello.
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days.
Thank you. That's like the sweetest thing. I'm glad to bring a little joy to this miserable place. Yeah.
Noble in mission and spirit both. Truly, the Emperor chose his envoy well. I envy you to have met him. I fear he never made it down to the port. Not while I was there.
If he loves the Empire so much, perhaps he should go live there.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade.
There we go. It's not often you see a page. Who can forget the boys with the tight leather pants and the great big sticks? No.
Now that was dignity. That was pomp. Nothing like dour Rawatai. My maundering. Forgive me, envoy. This land takes its toll on my mind and spirit both. I am Nagunu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Taue, Koa, Ranga, they saw Adir with me, you know, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Maybe the barkeep should cut him off.
At some point.
I am drunk on memory only, and perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table, to share one last drink and part as friends.
Why did your crew leave?
Those are old wounds, envoy. Old wounds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Better not to reopen them.
Understood.
Not unless you want to see me weep.
No. No, I think we're good on the weeping front. I give counsel to kings. Perhaps I can... Oh, are we really? All right. No, we got to.
We took a job that was meant to be our last. It would have made my name, made their fortunes. Well, there's always a risk, isn't there?
There is,
Putting
yes.
money between friends. They robbed me, Envoy, and dumped our cargo in the sea. And for what? Money. When we could have had such fellowship.
If they were after money, why would they destroy the cargo and not sell it?
It was symbolic. I was not the leader they needed. Now I wish to show them how I've changed. I wish to forgive them.
You want to forgive them? You want me to go find them?
You would do that? Venture out into the wastes to look for them?
Sure, consider it done.
I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Taue, Koa, and Runga to share one last drink with me, it's you.
Yeah. Where can I find them?
Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence, no walls, no roof, exposed to the world. But that's our Taue. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix.
You seem to know an awful lot about where Taue is staying. The next?
Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul.
And the last.
She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
Of course. You have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, Envoy, and in all your labors to come.
Maybe I should hire a bard. Better than off-key shanties all day.
I don't know how I feel about the way we were just propositioned. On one hand, I'm very interested. On the other hand, I'm terrified. Not gonna lie, absolutely terrified. Are you really just leaving like free nuts out? Candied nuts at that? Okay, I don't want to go yet. So, what do I got for quests? One last drink. Find the graffiti. And then contact with the enemy. Missing third. Okay, so those are... I'm gonna hide. Can we just hide? Wait. Side companion quest. Battle scars? Wait. Hold... But that... Why is that still an emerald stair? That's weird. That should be up here in... Because we gotta do it in Shark's teeth. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird. That's weird. I won't lie. Here. Okay, I just want to see. That's that. This. One last drink. Okay, good. That's all the way out there. One last drink. One last drink. Why are they all on the edge of the map? Missing third corners. Okay, so I think we should do... Oh, the graffiti's like all here. Good. If I talk to her right now, does that auto throw me into the main quest, or like does it just basically get her to go to camp? I wonder. She'll guide you. Okay, so yeah, that does basically throw you into the quest. So we're gonna let her chill for now. And then I think after that, we'll, oh. So let's do these side quests. Pick up any others that we might want along the way. And then we'll find, and then, something about perfume because you want to smell your best before you die kind of thing, which I appreciate that sentiment entirely. Okay, so I have had a little bit of time to think things over. And it looks like... this I think is what I'm gonna do next. I'm not gonna do the one last drink or the Wasteland Courier just yet. Honestly, those two quests both for me are kind of like a if we get to it situation. Mainly because I am actually super interested to see what happens for the next bit of story. And then Kai's quest is... here. on the way to Shark's Teeth. And I did learn, apparently only Kai and Marius have designated quests, which I didn't realize, designated like companion quests. I thought when I had originally looked just to see like who had what and like where it started, I was like, oh, maybe I started playing too early and people hadn't posted it yet. But no, apparently it's just these two. Oh, Marius, you want to talk? What's up, my friend?
Listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing.
Yeah.
Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else.
Doesn't it kind of excite you, though? She's been helpful so far.
Right. Soap is useful sometimes, but I don't pour it in my drinks.
That's fair.
If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then.
You seem really bothered. What's wrong?
Bothered?
Yeah.
Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
Oh. Hi.
Thirdborn.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place.
Has it changed like that much since?
Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller?
Yeah. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars.
Thirdborn you described sounds like more like and now? Yeah, let's go with and now.
All that vigor's been wrung dry. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death.
Oh, that's actually very sad to think about. It's changed over the years, but so have you. They're facing, yeah, they've changed, but so have you.
Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees.
Yeah.
I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving?
Honestly, that question is the biggest existential, what are we doing? What is the purpose of life other than to survive? Question. It's not enough to run from something, you need something to run to. All this talk of drifting and needing direction sounds personal. Thirdborn will change and adapt with the rest of the Living Lands. No, it sounds personal, Kai.
Personal? Take it easy, Inquisitor. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You released Igwolf, but you didn't stop the Stilgaroth's attack on Fjord.
How could I have?
Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides?
Like, I don't know if that's fair. You didn't stop the Stilgaroth's attack on Fjord. How could we have stopped that? Like, I guess that's my question. Like, we didn't know the attack was coming, and there was no way to deal with the person that we had dealt with beforehand. Like, we killed her after the fact, but there was no way to kill her beforehand. So that... Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. That doesn't seem fair. If we had had a chance to stop the attack on Fjord, we would have. Unless, like, part of me wonders if that's a leftover line. Like, I wonder if originally in development, you were supposed to be able to stop it. And so this is kind of like a leftover line that never got dealt with. Because that's how this is coming off. Otherwise, it's out of character for Kai to be unfair like that. Normally, he's very, like, he's understanding almost to a fault. So yeah, that's a very weird line. I follow my principles, not my commands. Yeah, I follow my principles, not my commands.
That kind of clarity is rare.
Isn't it, though?
Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow.
Same. Thomas' badge, the one you were looking for.
A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rauatayan naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him.
Okay. How did Thirdborn come to be?
The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rauatayans without other prospects. Too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another.
The Thirdborn of their family?
Exactly. Rauatai's an inhospitable environment, to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. The Rauatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Eora.
They aren't all warriors and sell swords. Let me guess, some of them wound up here.
You got it. It's hard to say when Thirdborn was properly founded. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rauatai would follow seasonal catches out here.
Seems like a rough place to lie low and a long way for... And that became a town?
Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls to protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentrics. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old ones.
And far from the reach of any nation's law. Oh, which one were you? Oh, good question.
Bit of both, I guess.
What kept you from returning?
I've got a lot of memories here. And the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back.
I understand that wholeheartedly. I know the feeling.
Until you came along, I thought I'd be able to avoid it forever. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green. Like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
Yeah, it's funny how that kind of starts happening as you get older. You see the other people coming in and they always seem just a little bit more delicate or a little bit different or a little bit something else. And then you're like, back in my day. And it's like, nah, you were just young. Their neighbors are turning into dream thralls out at anyone. Congrats! See, exactly. You're just the grumpy old, like literally, it's just the grumpy old man mentality. And I love this. You're definitely hit that point. Welcome. Join us.
I really do sound like my grandfather.
Uh-huh.
You smell like him, too.
Wow!
How about you borrow Yatsley's ladder so you can say that to my face? Thirdborns only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing.
Same. Thanks. I'll talk to you later, Kai.
Sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
Yes, I will actually. Hey!
The dream scourge is getting worse.
I know.
First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands.
We'll stop it somehow. Have faith. Even if we heal, we still need to... No, have faith.
I keep trying. And the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness.
My people are in dire need of crack your knuckles. My people in dire... that's true, the Steel Garrote, but not all of us.
The Steel Garrote are a weapon. Who do you think wields them? It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three.
I think we can. It won't be easy, but we'll make it.
You really think so?
Yeah.
My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but Here I am.
Okay, like, hold on. Who do you think wields them? Like the Steel Groot are a weapon. Who do you think wields them? And I feel like we've proven in this game time and time and time again that it's Ludwig. Like, we don't actually control this. Like, Adir does not control the Steel Groot right now at all, despite thinking that we do. We don't. The ambassador does not. The king or the emperor isn't here to actually do anything. So that's off the table. So it's like, it's an unfair comparison to like lump Adir into that, like to who controls the Steel Groot. Because originally, yeah, it was Adir, but now? After everything we've seen, and like, I don't know, that seems weird. And I get it. She's in mourning and she's angry, and I can appreciate that wholeheartedly, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because it's just, it feels weird. But what was next? Must be nice having Yatzli around.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatzli. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatzli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good.
Yeah, I definitely got that vibe. We all need a few bad influences in our lives.
Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking.
Yeah?
Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
Maybe she knows more than she lets on.
She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet.
I mean, did anybody actually think that Ludwig was done with us?
Thanks for talking.
You're welcome, but like, honestly, did the three of us at any point think that Ludwig was...
Are you seeing anyone, Marius? Romantically, I mean.
Yeah, Marius.
Right. I knew this would come up eventually.
I only bring it up because romance is good for the soul.
So is finding a good pile of deer saka on a hunt. But I'm not advising you to go looking for it.
Under the right conditions, you can even measure the energy of a romantic tryst. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
Do you? Sure.
Oh well. Let me know if you change your mind. I know a lot of shy academics in need of an experienced guide.
Haha. I'll let you know.
Okay. It is still criminal that this game doesn't have like a full-fledged romance system. I'm just gonna say it. They would have been great romance options, all of them.
Change.
Yeah?
Their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe.
Huh? Whose soil? Shatterskirt?
A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong.
Why would you want Thirdborn gone? How could the Dream Scourge taking over Shatterskirt be a good thing?
The air was not meant for voices. The soil was not meant to carry buildings. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again.
That's what people are doing in Shatterscarp. They're just trying to make a life. There's life. Don't you see it?
Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot.
Okay, listen. Listen! We don't need death for things to grow, honey.
The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder. dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Maybe I don't want to be a spider who eats its mate, kind of thing, Audra. Girl, you and I, girl, you need to go back to your bedroom and think about what you just said to me. Oh, no. Y'all, I think Audra's done lost her mind. That's it. That's all I can think of. Audra has lost her mind, and I'm gonna have to find her a way to put it back together, because she's talking about eradicating everybody around here. Girl, we need something.